can do no crime. Well, it's like I don't care. You call me Fred Astaire. Those eyes, damn those eyes, they get me every time. Those eyes, in those eyes, I can do no crime. Well, it's like I don't care. You call me Fred Astaire. You call me Fred Astaire. Those eyes, damn those eyes.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the Homecoming Court presentation for the class of 2024. Please welcome Dr. Ranton.
Hello everyone, it's Dr. Ranton and welcome to the class of 2024 Homecoming Court presentation.
Whoa, hang on a second.
My bad?
Well, no. It's career day, but you can't take my job
My
right
bad.
now.
Got a little carried away.
You gotta go find a seat. That was a surprise for me this morning, but let's give it up for Sophie Rodriguez for her career day choice. So good morning and welcome to everyone. I'm so excited to welcome you to our homecoming celebration for the homecoming ceremony for our court and to homecoming week. Parents, family members, and guests, we just are so thankful that you're here today. We're excited to celebrate your students with you. At this time, I'd like you to join me in a word of prayer before we get started. Father God, I am so grateful for just the amazing student body that we have, God, and the amazing teachers and faculty that you've allowed to be here and work here. God, I pray that you would just continue to bless all of those who are here today. Thank you for the parents who have sacrificed to have their kids in Christian education and just their understanding of the value to nurture the next generation, to seek truth and to seek you, God. I pray that you would be with the young men and ladies as they walk up on stage today, that you would ease their nerves and their anxieties, God, that we could have a fun celebration of our homecoming court this morning. I pray all these things in your name. Amen. It is my distinct privilege to introduce to you the 8 young ladies and 8 young men who make up the 2023-2024 homecoming court and their escorts. Each candidate is a senior and was nominated by members of the senior class, and each student in grades 9 through 12 will vote for his or her choice for homecoming king and queen today during third period. The king and queen will be crowned at the end of the homecoming football game on Friday night, and we hope to see everyone there. So I would ask that you greet each member of the homecoming court and their escort enthusiastically, but also with respect. Then give your quiet attention to the screen while you watch their videos of their presentations. So without further ado, I introduce to you the first and second members of the 2023-24 homecoming court, Miss Ava Elizabeth Koliakovo and Mr. Leo Romeo Basile. Ava is the daughter of Ray and Dina Koliakovo of Wellington. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 7 years. Ava has been an active member in the Smith Family Conservatory of the Arts during her 4 years of high school, performing in multiple productions including Nutcracker, Aida, Cinderella, Music Man, Newsies, and Les Miserables. She has also been on the TKA dance team for 2 years. Ava is a member of the National Honor Society, National Honor Society for the Dance Arts, Science National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, and Spanish National Honor Society. She has been in Key Club for 4 years, Pre-Med Club for 2 years, and has been on the varsity bowling team for 2 years. Ava served as an ambassador for 2 years and is currently serving her 2nd year as ambassador chair. Ava is escorted this morning by Mr. Leo Romeo Basile. Leo is the son of Mario and Tina Basile of West Palm Beach. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 15 years. Leo has played on the varsity football team for 3 years and 4 years on the varsity lacrosse team.
I'm Ava Koliakovo, if you don't know me, and I would first like to start off by thanking my senior class for voting me on homecoming court. I was not expecting to be on the court, and I'm honored that you guys have voted for me, so thank you. This is my 7th year at King's, and I have learned a few things by being here. One thing that I have learned and would recommend is taking advantage of all the different things Kings has to offer. I was a little hesitant in trying new things, but now I've developed new hobbies and interests and made more memories and friendships. There are so many different things TKA has to offer, like all different sports, theater productions, different tracks like business and medical, and so many more, so don't take those opportunities for granted. Another thing is don't be afraid to branch out, meet new people, and make new friends. Also, try to appreciate high school as much as possible because it goes by so fast, and before you know it, it will be your senior year. So don't take any moments for granted, and just enjoy it. One piece of advice that I would give is to give all your worries to God. God will direct you on the right path and put you where you're meant to be. He has made a large impact on my life, and I know He can for you too. I've had many great high school memories. One of my favorite memories definitely has been Rock the Universe. I've gone with my friends for the past 2 years, and we've always had so much fun, so I highly recommend going if you never have. And for shout-outs, first and foremost, I would like to thank God for the life He has provided me and all the amazing people He has placed in my life. Next, I would like to thank my mom, dad, brother, and my dog Oreo, and the rest of my family for always supporting me and caring for me, and being my biggest cheerleaders through everything. I love you guys. Next, I would like to thank my boyfriend Alex for always supporting me and being someone I can rely on, and Constantina and your whole entire family. I love you all. Next, I would like to shout out the Riley family and the Big family. You guys mean so much to me, and thank you for everything you have done for me. I love you guys. I would also like to thank Leo for escorting me today. It was very nice of you to walk with me, so thank you. Next, I would like to thank all the dance girls, Maddie, aka Chandler, Caitlin, Bella, Alex, Layla, Talia, Z, Yael, and so many more. I love you all. I would also like to shout out the bowling team, by far the most physically demanding sport on campus. Next, I would like to thank the rest of my friends, Christina, Natalie, Marlow, Avery, Lucy, Lola, Kelly, Bree, Sophie, Helena, Brianna, Paris, Abigail, Ale, and so many more. I love you guys. Next, I would like to thank all the teachers and faculty that have impacted my life, like Mrs. Martin, Mr. G, Mrs. Higgs, Mrs. Cromie, Mrs. Gonzalez, Coach G, DJ Vinny D, Dr. Danu, Mr. Stewart, Mrs. Kolar, Professor Kearns, Mrs. Bunny, the Silvas, Mrs. Hodges, Mrs. Stack, and so many more. Thank you guys for everything. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for listening, TKA.
What's up, everybody? I'm Leo Lucille. First off, I want to start by thanking the senior class for voting me onto the court. It's truly an honor to be up here. My favorite thing about Kings is going to the volleyball games with the football team after practice and the football games. My favorite high school memory was when I got an interception for Glade Central in our home opener this year, thanks to Daniel. I want to first shout out my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I wouldn't be here without Him. I want to thank my mom for being my biggest supporter and always pushing me to do my best. I'm super thankful to have you in my life, not only as a mom, but as a mentor. I love you, Mom. I want to thank my dad for always telling me what I could have done better after my football games and still trying to figure out how lacrosse works after 6 years of me playing. I want to thank my older brother, Carlo, for trying to compete with me in everything. It's crazy how the tables have turned now that you're old and washed. Also, shout out my older siblings, Ryan, Chad, and Dee Dee. Congrats, Ryan, for finally getting engaged after 35 long years. Can't wait for the wedding. Chad, thanks for being my favorite in the family and also a role model. Dee Dee, thank you for being my favorite sister. Nona and Nono, you guys have truly impacted my life in ways I can't comprehend. I love you both so much. Finally, the important shout-outs. First, I want to shout out my escort, Ava. You've been there since day one and have always been there no matter what. I couldn't have asked for a better escort. You and your family are amazing. Shout out to the football team. You guys are truly family to me, and I couldn't have asked for a better group to go out with for my final year. Shout out to the big three, me, DJ, and Hudson. Shout out Top 63, Mary and Victor. Shout out Joe for being the best lefty quarterback I've ever played with. Shout out to my GFRs, Christian, Jeff, Landon, Carson, and Tay-Tay. Shout out JY and Reggie for being the slowest people on the team. Shout out to the greatest scout team backfield of all time, Tristan and Aiden. Shout out to Nick Darling and Kosuke. Shout out Cueto and the best holder in Kings history, Corbin. Thank you to my coaches, Coach B, Coach Wilt, Coach Soli, Coach DaCosta, Coach East, Coach Champion, Coach Griner, Coach Lee, Coach Hammy, and shout out to Coach Evans and Coach Smith for turning me into one of the best athletes in Kings history. Shout out to Mr. Stewart. Can't wait to see a Dolphins-Eagles Super Bowl this year. Shout out Miss Valdez, Mr. Corbin, Miss Bass, Miss Johnson, Miss Victor, Miss Collins, Miss Lockmiller, Miss O'Malley, Mr. King, Mr. DeMoss, and Mr. Parenti. Shout out to Caden. You're my day one. You're like the little brother I never asked for. Also, shout out Gabby, Izzy, Helena, and Luna. Shout out Christina, you're the worst tutor I've ever had. Shout out Gianna and Bella for having loving and caring mothers. Shout out Kaya and Gabby for being my favorite cheerleaders. Shout out Sophia, Cal, James, Carlos, Griffin, and all my boys at college. Shout out to the girls volleyball team and the ISP girls for being very kind to me. Shout out both Maddies and Kylan. Shout out Ryan and Jordan for being the biggest haters in my life. Last, shout out Spida. I love you even though you're a step now. I know we both never take each other seriously, but just know I seriously do care about you. Thank you, TKA. Love you all. It's been a real 15 years. I expect you all to come watch the game Friday night and hit brass right after we win.
I present to you, again, Miss Ava Elizabeth Koliakovo and Mr. Leo Romeo Basile. The third member of the homecoming court that I would like to introduce this morning is Miss Avery Teagan Fronrath. Avery is the daughter of Todd and Jessica Fronrath of North Palm Beach. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 15 years. Avery is escorted this morning by Mr. Hudson Jeffrey Gates. Hudson is the son of Justin and Rebecca Gates of Palm Beach Gardens. Avery has been on the varsity track and field team and the varsity cross country team for 6 years, where she is currently serving as the team captain for her second year. She has been a member of the National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, National Social Studies Honor Society, and Florida Law Honor Society. She has been a part of the Key Club for all 4 years of high school. Avery served as an ambassador for 2 years and is currently serving in the second year as ambassador chair. She has been the recipient of the O'Keefe Pre-Law Program of Distinction Scholarship for the past 4 years and has been an active member on the varsity mock trial team for 2 years. Avery is currently serving as athletic prefect.
Hey guys, I'm Avery. Many of you may know me from running around campus, which has practically become my second home. I started at TKA when I was still in diapers, but I'm proud to say I'm one of the few that got to wear the light blue shirt before it got discontinued. However, there are a few memories I'm glad I moved past. From dressing up to the Little Red Schoolhouse and getting my knuckles hit, doing the egg drop with Miss P, doing frog dissections, or memorizing Greek mythology, I've had my fair share of humbling moments. But looking back on my 15 years at TKA, I can't help but smile as I think about the friendships I've made, the trips I've been on, and the experiences I've been a part of. The Guatemala mission trip was a life-changing opportunity to be the hands and feet of Jesus as we built 8 houses and brought toys and shoes to the young kids. I also used a drill for the first time. I will always cherish my mock trial movie night memories, the scrimmage at Empire at midnight, and our Spirit of Empire award. Many of you know that running is a huge part of my life, and you might not understand my love of running because my sport is usually your sport's punishment, but cross country has given me some of my best friends. Shout out to Sophie Rodriguez, also known as Very Good, and Avery McGould. I love sharing a name with you. I'm going to miss the genuine compassion that the teachers have for us, the quick 5-minute debriefs in between classes, fighting over parking spots, but most of all, sage dining salmon. Seriously, guys, you have to try it at least once before you graduate. My advice to the underclassmen coincides with my favorite Bible verse. Psalms 37:5 states, "Commit everything you do to the Lord. Trust Him, and He will help you." So my advice to the underclassmen would be turn to Christ and find your identity in Him. Give Him your struggles and know that His purpose for your life is far greater than anything you could ever imagine. Finally, the shout-outs. I would first like to thank my best friend, Justin Bieber. Thank you for being with me, even if it's only as a cardboard cutout. You're with me before every cross-country race, during all of my car rides, and you give me peace at stressful times. Thank you, Trent, for being the most amazing brother I could have ever asked for, and my parents for being my biggest supporters. To my lunch table besties, you guys never fail to make me smile, and I know I can count on each and every one of you, even though our debates over conspiracy theories can get pretty heated. Hudson, thank you for being my escort, an amazing teammate, and an amazing person. I aspire to understand stocks like you one day. Shout out to my cross-country team for making running for an hour and a half actually enjoyable, showing me that I don't like breathing exercises, and for the endless laughs. Thank you, Mr. Huther, Mr. Davis, Mrs. Martin, Ms. Kange, Ms. Gay, and Coach Perry for investing in me and making my TKA experience so amazing. Coach Smith, thank you for putting up with me and Kai's jokes, and thank you for believing in me even when I couldn't bench the bar. Next, I want to thank God for his abundant blessings and for providing this amazing school environment. Finally, shout out to my senior class, the best class. Thank you for voting me onto the court. Let's make the rest of this year amazing. I love you guys. Have a great day, TKA.
I present to you again Miss Avery Teagan Bruna. The fourth and fifth members of the homecoming court being presented this morning are Miss Devereaux Madison Hoxie and Mr. Justin Michael Wright. Devereaux is the daughter of Stephen and Shannon Hoxie of Boynton Beach. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 8 years. Devereaux has been on the varsity volleyball team for 4 years, where she is currently serving as a team captain. She was named the Florida Athletic Coaches Association Player of the Year and All-County First Team for Sun Sentinel for the 2022-2023 school year. She also played on the varsity beach volleyball team last year. She has been a member of National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, National Social Studies Honor Society, and Tri-M Music Honor Society. Devereaux was an active member of the Smith Family Conservatory Performing Arts, performing in Lion King Jr., Oliver, Newsies, Titanic, Seussical, and Hunchback. She served as a TKA ambassador for 6 years and a global ambassador for a year. She has been a part of Titus II groups, Impact Leadership, 180 Bible Study, and Group 316. She was the recipient of the Most Inspirational Christian Award the past 3 years. Devereaux is currently serving as athletic prefect. Devereaux is escorted this morning by Mr. Justin Michael Wright. Justin is the son of the late Brian Wright and Andrea Wright of West Palm Beach. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 10 years. Justin has played on the varsity soccer team for 4 years, serving as team captain for 2 of those years. He also played on the varsity volleyball team for 2 years. He has been a member of the National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, and National English Honor Society. Justin also served as team captain for the 2nd year for the class of 2024's Homecoming Ultimate Frisbee team.
Hey everybody, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Devereaux Hoxie, and I'm so blessed to be on this year's homecoming court. I want to start this video by giving all the thanks and glory to my Heavenly Father. I am so blessed to be loved by Him even when I don't deserve it. A huge thank you to my senior class for nominating me for homecoming court this year. I really appreciate it, so thank you. Justin, thank you for thinking of me to be your escort and for escorting me today. I'm super thankful to call you my friend. Your heart and character are truly amazing. To my parents, thank you for being my biggest supporters, my best friends, and my guides to stay closer to the Lord. I love you both endlessly. Dad, I'm so blessed you are here with me and that I have the opportunity to be escorted by you across that field on Friday night. And to the rest of my family, I love you guys. Thank you for being my people. To all my teachers, thank you for helping to shape my life in one way or another. You are all making an impact in so many people's lives. To name a few of the faculty and staff that have truly made a difference in my life: Mrs. Bartz, Mrs. P, Coach Smith, Mrs. Gay, Mrs. Richardson, Dr. Ranton, Miss Mason, Miss Johnston, Miss Mesa, and Miss Engstrom, thank you. I love you all. To my teammates, both beach and indoor, y'all know who you are. Thank you for pushing me to be better on and off the court. To my guys on the boys volleyball team, thanks for being the funniest and most talented people I know. Kate Taylor, thank you for being the girl I strive to be. ULM is so lucky to have you. Marin, thank you for our morning therapy sessions in one of our cars. I will seriously miss that next year. Sophia, Allie M, Allie B, and Lindsay, thank you for always pushing me to be a better friend. I love all of you. To my Renegades crew, y'all know who you are. Wednesdays are my favorite nights with you. To those who came before me and mentored me, I still plan to fulfill the promise I made to Annie Smith at Westminster 3 years ago. And Michaela Smith, thank you for your spiritual leadership. To those who are coming up behind me, Michaela Matusko, Calissa Vincent, Miranda Knoll, Maddie Ranton, Paulina Rains, and Hunter Saltalamakia, I see the differences all of you are making, and I believe in you to do great things. To all of the underclassmen and even the seniors who are watching this, here's my piece of advice. Enjoy every moment that you can in high school, especially the little moments. Do as much as you can and create as many memories as possible because you only go through high school once. I know this sounds super basic and overused, but I mean it. Take in every moment that you can. Then you'll never wonder what could have happened. You will only remember what did happen. I know there are a bunch of videos to listen to today, and I have no clue where I fall in the lineup, so I'm going to wrap this up. Let me close by saying this. God has big plans for all of your lives. Never stray from his path. So as always, have a great day, TKA.
Hey everyone, if you don't know me, my name is Justin Wright. And to be honest, I never expected to be sitting here making this video or to be on the homecoming court, but here I am. I guess it means I've made some kind of an impact here, so thank you to everyone for choosing me. I've been at TKA a long time, for 10 years, and I can say that the best part of this place is the people. I've met so many cool teachers and made so many awesome friends. I have a lot of great memories here, but one of my favorites was Rock the Universe with Griffin, Lucas, Landon, James, Porche, and Jeff. Some crazy things went down there, but it was a ton of fun and something I'll never forget. Saying goodbye to this place will be hard, but I really look forward to going to college to play D1 Ultimate Frisbee. To all my underclassmen, my advice is to make the right friends. Having good people around you will make you a better person, and it will make life easier and a lot more fun. On to my favorite part, the shout-outs. To my family, Mom, Dad, and Jenna, you're the best family I could have asked for, and I love you so much. To the lunch table, Lucas, Trey, David, Gabriel, and Ethan. We've had a lot of fun times and interesting conversations, and I'm going to miss you guys. To the scouts, Matt, Will, Micah, Cueto, Ben, Brady, Tay, Sammy, and Coach East, and the rest. It's been awesome hanging out and studying the Word together. To my escort, Dev, you're pretty cool, and I'm glad I got to do this with you. To the soccer team, it's been a lot of fun these last few years, and I know we're winning districts this year. To the volleyball team, going to states last year was pretty fun. Let's do it again. To the rest of the homecoming court, you guys are really cool, and you deserve to be here. And to my teachers, Mr. Shaw.
And for all you young calculus students out there, let's not forget plus C.
Should I keep going with the video? Okay. To Mr. Henning, Mr. Greiner, Mrs. Martin, Mr. Davis, Mr. Dickens, Mr. Huther, and all the other amazing teachers I've had. I appreciate all that time and effort you put forth into your work for each of us. Let me say some more names. Griffin, Landon, Kylan, Josh, DJ, Luke, Noah, Chris, Carlos, Clinton, Jeff, James, Brandon, Stewart, Acorn, Joseph, Ginty, Jobson, Ransom, Tyler, Dylan, John, Trace, and Porche. I have a time limit or else I would still be saying names, but whether or not I was able to mention your name, I'm glad I got the chance to know you. I'm going to close with a Bible verse that I've tried to live by. James 1:22, but be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. Thank you all for listening to me, and I hope to see you all at the homecoming game this week.
I present to you again Miss Devereaux Madison Hoxie and Mr. Justin Michael Wright. The 6th and 7th members of the homecoming court being presented this morning are Miss Marlow Olivia Lacey and Mr. Dartavius Devonte St. Ellis. Marlow is the daughter of John and Angela Lacey of Wellington. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 8 years. Marlow has been on the varsity softball team for 6 years. She has been a member of the National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, National Spanish Honor Society, National Technical Honor Society. She has been a part of Key Club, Diversity Student Union, STEM Club, Women in STEM, Investment Club, and Future Business Leaders of America. Marlow served as an ambassador for 6 years and a global ambassador for 2 years. She served her class on student council for 6 years and is currently serving as service prefect. Marlow is escorted this morning by Mr. Dartavius Devonte St. Ellis. Tay is the son of Tyler and Michelle Rasmussen of West Palm Beach. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 3 years. Tay has played on the varsity football team for 3 years and the varsity lacrosse team 2 years and the varsity wrestling team.
Hey guys, I'm Marlo Lacey, the girl's name you've probably seen plastered around TKA for student council elections. I first want to say thanks to my fave person ever, Tay, for escorting me today. You're the funniest person ever and never fail to make me laugh.
However, I really wanted to be your escort so your adorable little brother Jedediah would finally stop being scared of me. JK, love you, Tay. Now I have 5 short pieces of advice for all the underclassmen. Number 1, dress up for homecoming days. You'll probably look crazy, but trust me, it's worth it. But make sure to dodge the cameras because TKA Instagram is coming for you. Number 2, junior girls. I'm so sorry, but be prepared to take the L no matter what during Powder Puff. At the time we're watching this, Powder Puff has already happened, but based on what happened last year's game, we all know it's rigged, right, Coach Lee? And if you guys pulled off a miracle and beat us, this will probably be very awkward. Number 3, as I was writing my speech, I realized I am friends with way too much staff and teachers, but it's actually one of my favorite things about going to TKA. These people are awesome, so don't be afraid to get to know them because they really do give the best advice. Number 4, get out and do something fun. I'm all for being studious, but trust me, you'll never regret going to a football game. Number 5, the most important, lean on the Lord. Juniors especially, I know it's so stressful thinking about your future in colleges. In the end, the Lord knows what he wants for you, so trust in him. Now for all my shout-outs. Like I said earlier, I'm friends with too many teachers, so this might take a while. I'm sorry in advance. Miss Bell, you're one of the most hardworking and caring people I know. Thank you for all your advice and all you've done for me the past few years. My 2 queens, Miss Stack and Mr. Queenie, sorry for talking so much in your classes. You guys know that I love you. Mr. Davis, you genuinely give the best advice, so underclassmen, take an engineering class, but be prepared to get clowned on 24/7 by Mr. Davis. Miss B, you give the best hugs and always make me smile. And don't worry, I'll be reminding Will to send you your birthday email. Dr. Anton, thank you for all you do for our school and being such a good role model to all the girls of TKA. Lastly, I want everyone to give a big hand to Miss Kolar because she is the reason homecoming happens. We appreciate and love you so much. Now to all my softball girls, I love you so much and can't wait for season. Coach Needle, you've impacted me and can't wait to see all the amazing ways you transform our program. Coach Winters, don't think I forgot about you. You're one of the most influential figures I've had at TKA, and you've done so much more for me than just make me a better player. My lunch table, shout out Hank. You guys are my favorite people ever. And to all the rest of my girls, you know I love you. There's just way too many of us to name. To the IHOP after football crew, you make me laugh harder than anyone. To my underclassmen, Jose, Eam, MJ, Soso, Jaylene, and Alfie, love you guys. My most important people, Mom, Dad, Turner, and Spencer. My brothers, you guys are my best friends, and I seriously couldn't do anything without you. Mom, you're the most amazing person I know and look up to you in every aspect. Dad, you truly make my world go around and always make me laugh when I need it the most. Now that that's finally over, I want to say thanks to my senior class for voting me on. I love you guys. And don't forget to vote for Marlow.
Hey guys, my real name is Dartavius, but most of you know me as Tay-Tay. I play football and am on the wrestling team. My favorite thing about TK is being able to go to our team's athletic events to cheer them on. I have 2 favorite high school memories. The first is homecoming of 2021. This was my first homecoming at TKA. It was lit. There was a lip singing contest, and Quato, Pinky, Strongest, and a few other from our team and I got on stage and started dancing. Another memory that will stick with me forever is when in Mr. Stewart class, when Mr. Stewart had a hot wing contest and people would eat them and their mouth would be on fire. I'm talking their eyes watering and screaming. It was crazy to watch. When I graduate and leave Kings, I am looking forward to going to college, getting a job, and having my own family. I feel honored that my classmates feel as if I'm someone to represent our class on the homecoming court. It means a lot to me, and I think it is really cool to have this opportunity, so thank you all. I have 2 challenges for the underclassmen. The first is be yourself. A friend is going to accept you for you, and if they want you to be someone else, they aren't really worth being your friend, because a real friend doesn't make you change. My other advice is to hand your homework on time. Take it from me. If you don't want your mom being on your back, being a helicopter, or your grade slipping, hand things on time. It's just that simple. A special thank you to Mr. Martin, who has provided a safe environment and a wonderful school to be part of. I want to thank my parents, Tyler, Michelle Rasmussen, and my mom, Janisha Santellis, who was taken early to be with Jesus and who is in a better place. A special thank you to my grandparents who have always been there for me. Thank you, Coach Evans and Coach Lee, for making me this wonderful and beautiful body. Thanks, Coach Smith, for the tough talks, my teammates for always having an open ear, and Coach East for always hating on me, making me a better man. A special shout out to the cheer team. Also, thanks to my beautiful escort, Marlow, who is sitting right beside me. I want to leave you with James 1:2-4. Count in our joy, my brother, when you meet trials of various kinds, for you know the testing of your faith produces steadfastness. And let steadfastness take its full effect, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking in nothing. You are all going to go through trials, and it is part of life. But if you keep your eyes on God in the hardest times, He will not disappoint. So thank you all.
I present to you again Miss Marlow Olivia Lacey and Mr. Dartavius Devontae St. Ellis. The 8th member of the 2023-2024 homecoming court is Miss Joyce Esperanza Manicus. Joyce is the daughter of Ellis and Lelaine Manicus of Boynton Beach. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 13 years. Joyce is escorted this morning by Mr. Joshua Martin Arakasami. Joshua is the son of Samuel and Hannah Arakasami of Royal Palm Beach. Joyce has been an ensemble cast member of The Music Man and Singin' in the Rain. She has been a member of the National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, National Social Studies Honor Society, and Spanish National Honor Society. She has also been a part of Math National Honor Society, where she is currently serving as vice president. Joyce has been in Key Club for 3 years, serving as the sophomore class director and vice president of recycling her junior year. She is currently serving as treasurer. She has served in the peer tutoring program for 4 years, with one of those years serving as co-captain. Joyce is currently the president of Women in STEM.
Hi, you may know me as Joyce267 on Quizlet, or as one of the girls in the chemistry rap video from Miss Bass's class. Shout out to Dumpstify, of course. Either way, I'm Joyce Manicus, and I'm quite bewildered that I'm making this video right now as part of this year's homecoming court. So, thank you to anyone who voted me on here. I've never felt so much love and support, and you guys are awesome. My challenge to the student body is to be sincere, be authentic, and be bold. High school is already filled with so many worries, so I hope that you guys could stop focusing on how you think you'll be perceived. It'll be a weight off your shoulders, and you may be surprised to see how many people will stick around even after finding out how weird you really are. I know I was. And perhaps the most hypocritical advice I can give is for my overachievers. Stop overworking yourselves and get some sleep. I know that the school is filled with brilliant minds, but I'm not sure if the couple points on your English test are worth all the self-imposed stress. And now for the shout-outs. First, I have to thank the Lord for the many blessings He's given me, and my mom, dad, Kuya, Ate, and Julian. I couldn't ask for a better family. My friends from way back, Ansley and Bella, and Bella's mom, who seemed more excited about me being on homecoming court than my own mom. Bethany, Gigi, Caitlin, my lunch table, Zoe, Trinity, Natalia, Aaliyah, Lily, Talia, Victoria, Camila, and especially the OGs, Emma and Hadiya, for creating such a comfortable table atmosphere that we attracted all the other weirdos. Shout out to King Tony for threatening to disown me if I don't become his successor. Thanks for that. My favorite twins from Hong Kong, Charlotte and Chanel, and the whole theater department for graciously accepting me despite not being much of a theater kid. To my escort Josh, I always enjoy jamming out to songs that you probably find embarrassing while destroying you in Tetris. And teachers who helped these years go by so fast. Mrs. Martin, Mr. Beck, Mrs. McQueenie, Mr. Griner, Professor Kearns, Mrs. Espina, and Mr. Shaw, among so many others. And to anyone who I didn't name who's had even the tiniest impact on my life, you have my sincere thanks. Now, I apologize for speed running through everyone's names, but I recognize that it's a good problem to have so many people to thank. And to close out, Mr. Shaw wanted me to leave you guys with a reference that only the cool kids will understand. Lodi high.
Modest high low.
Over low low.
Over low low.
Thank you all for listening, and have a great day, TKA.
I present to you again Miss Joyce Esperanza Manicus. The 9th and 10th members of the homecoming court being presented this morning are Miss Christina Rose Polidori and Mr. Luke Christopher Ramos. Christina is the daughter of Hank and Denise Polidori of Palm Beach Gardens. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 4 years. Christina has been on the varsity soccer team for 4 years and the varsity lacrosse and varsity bowling team for 2 years. She has been a member of the National Honor Society, where she served as Vice President of Character, Spanish National Honor Society, and Math National Honor Society. Christina is currently serving as Senior Representative on Student Council. Christina is escorted this morning by Mr. Luke Christopher Ramos. Luke is the son of Christopher and Charlene Ramos of Wellington. He is 18 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 13 years. Luke has been on the varsity lacrosse team for 4 years and is currently on the varsity bowling team. He has been a member of the National Honor Society for the last 4 years. He has also served as a TKA ambassador for 4 years, as well as serving his class on student council his whole high school career. Luke is currently serving as the Senior Student Council President.
Hey guys, if you don't know me, I'm Christina Polidori. Before we get started, I want to thank all my peers who voted for me. It means so much to even be on the homecoming court. I know you guys have to listen to a lot of speeches, so I'll try to be quick. My biggest piece of advice to underclassmen is to not be afraid of the high school office. They aren't scary and are such great people to talk to. Shout out to Mr. Tolson. Even though you act like you don't want to talk to me when I come visit, I know deep down you really do. Also, shout out to Miss Victor, Dr. Ranton, Miss Richardson, Miss Kolar, Miss Talia, and Miss Sexton. Even though she's not there anymore, please bring her back. Thank you for all the advice you guys gave me. Another piece of advice is to try out new things like sports, clubs, or school trips. I made such great friends from playing tennis, soccer, lacrosse, and the best sport of all, bowling. Yeah, Mr. Stewart, no matter what you say, bowling is a sport. Going on the Spain trip over the summer was the best decision ever. I made such great friendships and so many memories. Kings is filled with amazing people, and getting out of your comfort zone will help you create bonds that will make high school so much fun. I know I had a great time these past 4 years, and I'm so sad to leave. That being said, shout out to all my friends that helped me get through high school. Ava, Lola, Sophie, Allie, Natalie, Layla, Bella, Caitlin, Maddie, Lucy, Ale, Avery, Marlow, Bree, Paris, Helena, Abigail, Alex, El Jefe, Leo, for being my first friend at Kings, the lacrosse, soccer, and bowling team, Luke, it's an honor to walk with the president, my best friend since first grade, Brianna, and so many more. Shout out to my family in Jackson for always being there for me, and the Koliakova family. You guys know I love you more than Ava. And my favorite teachers and mentors, the Barts, Martins, Silvas, Coach Smith, Coach Lee, Coach G, Coach Mo, Coach Van, Coach Pammy, Miss Bass, Mr. Beck, Mr. Stewart, and Miss Hodges. Most importantly, I'd like to shout out God. I wouldn't be the person I am without him in my life. If you remember anything from my video, let it be this. Although school can be tough, try to make the best of it and keep a positive attitude. Everyone says high school goes by so fast, and I didn't believe it until now. So make as many memories as you can.
Hello, my name is Luke Ramos. I'm very thankful to be put on the homecoming court for this year. Some advice I have for the TKA students is that if an older class says that a teacher is mean or scary, it doesn't always mean that they are. I've loved every single one of the teachers I've had so far at the TKA. As far as administration goes, they're here to make sure that we succeed, so, don't be scared to go in the high school office. The biggest advice I can give for younger students is join the bowling team. My favorite memory at TKA is Daniel Johnson in the violin photo from photo 1. And for some shout outs, my first goes to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. A special shout out to my great family, including my mom, dad, brother Gavin, cousin Carson, and the rest of the amazing family. If it was not for my great mom and dad, I would not be in the school that I am. My mom for urging me to be part of the school, and her loving and being such a loved person in the position I am, and my dad. I would love to shout out very beautiful girlfriend called Nora's and the rest of her great family, Marky, Beltran, and Sophia. I want to shout out my great escort, Christina, and her awesome boyfriend, Jackson. As far as friends go, I can't list all of you, but know that you're all loved. I want to shout out Leo, Lucille, Caden, Marion, Steppas, all the great guys who graduated last year. The Mandor family, Gabby, Bella, Marlow, Maddie, B, and D. Ella, Natalie, EJ, Landon Payne, and the rest of his family, the lacrosse team, the great bowling team of TKA, Griffin, and the great people of Homecoming Court. For anyone not mentioned, I want you to know I love you very much, and I love this school. It's basically been my whole life, and I'm thankful I can share it with you guys. As far as teachers go, I'd like to shout out my first ever teacher, Miss Prieto, Miss Valdez, Miss Stewart, Mr. Shaw, Lodi High, minus Heidi Low over Lolo, Ms. Johnson, Mr. Huther, Ms. Crescetti, Mr. Dumas, and I want to shout out all the other administration. I love the school very much, and it has been a big part of my life. Thanks to all the teachers here and administration making it such an awesome place. Thank you.
I present to you again Ms. Christina Rose Polidori and Mr. Luke Christopher Ramos. The 11th member of the homecoming court is Miss Hadiya Leanne Amanda Stewart. Hadiya is the daughter of the late Leon Stewart and Natasha Stewart of West Palm Beach. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 5 years. Hadiya is escorted this morning by Mr. Clinton Scott Crawford. Clinton is the son of Kenneth and Jean Crawford of Boynton Beach. Hadiya has been an active member in the Smith Family Conservatory of the Arts during her 4 years of high school, performing in both the jazz band and orchestra. She played in multiple productions, including Ruth and Singin' in the Rain. She has been in regiment for 3 years and was the drum major one of those years. Hadiya has been a member of the National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, Florida Law Honor Society, and Tri-M Music Honor Society, where she served as secretary. She has been in the Key Club for 4 years, serving as the class director her junior and senior year. She was also part of the varsity mock trial team for 2 years. Hadiya is currently serving as the conservatory prefect.
Hey guys, it's Hadiya. Let me start by saying that I am so happy to be a member of the homecoming court this year. Funny story, in 8th grade, my first year at King's, when homecoming season was announced, I turned to a classmate that I didn't know at the time and genuinely asked, "Who's coming home?" I know you're probably thinking I'm crazy, but I'm telling you, I have grown and learned so much here at King's. Being here today, talking to you from this side of the screen, is honestly a full circle moment for me. Speaking of things I have learned at TKA, here are some pieces of knowledge I would love to give to you underclassmen. 1, never go to the 208 bathrooms without at least 2 layers of clothing. 2, develop a brisk speed walk in preparation for the 5K you go on from the event center to the rest of campus. And lastly, always have a smile on your face because you never know what faculty member is hiding around the corner with a camera ready to snap a photo of what will soon be the newest addition to the TKA West Palm Beach Instagram page. On a serious note, if I had to tell you one thing that would change your high school experience starting now, it would be to let go. Think of this. The past, the present, and the future of your life look completely different from the person sitting next to you, let alone from anyone else on campus. If each of our futures looks different, why should we strive to be exactly like one another? Why should we be worried about what other people are doing? I'll give you a hint. We shouldn't. Each of us is in our own lane, and we need to stay in it. What makes the world so special is that even though everyone is on their own path, God has blessed us with the ability to dwell amongst each other. I say all this to say, be content and just let go. Alrighty, here comes my favorite part of the video, the shout-outs. To my family, Mom, Tristan, Keelan, you guys absolutely mean the world to me. You are the best people on earth that God could have ever given me. From Mom's composure to Tristan's Tristan-like behavior and to Keelan's goofiness, I would say that God knew exactly what I needed. And of course, my dad. Dad, you don't know how much I miss you. Thank you for leaving your love of cars, your love of F1, your desire to help people, and memories of the unconditional love you had for your princess with me as a daily reminder of you. I can't wait to see you again one day. My friends, the best lunch table out there, my excellent 11. Joyce, Emma, Zoe, Trinity, Aaliyah, Victoria, Lily, Camila, Natalia, Talia, my day twos, thanks Coach Smith for that amazing lesson, Lillian and Serenity, who don't attend the King's Academy but will be my sisters wherever I go, my varsity mock trial team, my jazz family, my orchestra peeps, my percussion section, you know who you are, and my fellow tots. Also, my awesome escort, Clinton Crawford. The best teachers out there, Mrs. Deneau, Mr. Henning, Mr. Smith, Mr. Lowe, Mr. Jeffrey, Coach Lee, my dad on campus, Dr. Ranton, Mrs. Kolar, and so many more. And finally, my Lord and Savior, from whom all blessings flow. Thank you for everything, because without you, I am nothing. I know that is a lot, and thank you for sticking with me, but before I close, Mr. Shaw has some important information.
First, 30 seconds. What's the ring up for a second?
You heard it from here, folks. Love you all. Hadiya Happiness signing off.
I present to you again Miss Hadiya Leanne Amanda Stewart. The 12th and 13th members of the homecoming court being presented this morning are Miss Isabella Claire Ways and Mr. Marion Alexander Victor. Bella is the daughter of Andres and Heather Ways of Wellington. She is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 13 years. Bella has been on the dance cast in multiple productions, including Aida, Cinderella, Newsies, Oliver, Music Man, Amelie, and Little Mermaid. She has also been a part of the TKA dance team for 3 years. Bella has served on the Student Council and as an ambassador. She has been a member of the National Honor Society, Science National Honor Society, National English Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, and National Social Studies Honor Society. Bella has also been a member of Key Club, Diversity Student Unions, King's Investment Group, and Future Business Leaders of America, where she serves as Vice President. Bella is escorted this morning by Mr. Marion Alexander Victor. Marion is the son of France and Francesca Victor of West Palm Beach. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 3 years. Marion has played on the varsity football team for 3 years and varsity basketball team his sophomore year.
Hey guys, it's Bella, or as many of you know me from Quizlet, Bella Claire 13. I know you've probably heard this a bazillion times, but thank you to the senior class for voting me on Hoka Court this year. I'm so grateful for you all. I actually refuse to accept the fact that we're seniors because it feels like just yesterday we were downing our Bluebell Chipwich ice cream sandwiches and Smiley Fish chicken nuggets in elementary, but here we are. These past 14 years have been a roller coaster, and I would not have been able to get through any one of them without some really important people. So here goes the shout outs. First of all, shout out to my best friend, my mom, or as everyone knows her, Queen Heather. Thank you for supporting me in all that I do and being my literal rock. I would not have made it through without you and can't wait for you to follow me to whatever college I end up next year. Next, shout out to the men of the Ways Casa, Papi, Mackie, and Cree. Thank you for making every family dinner so interesting and for constantly pushing me to be better, even if it is from afar. To Ava Ryan Wilkerson, my best friend since pre-K and Mrs. Ferris' class, when you claimed I was the reason for your giant purple finger. You never fail to make me die laughing, and I don't know how I've survived these past 2 years without seeing you every day. Shout out to my JV-loving bestie, Avery. Thank you for putting up with me and my shutting dog self every day. Caitlin, even if I don't like it when you touch my hair, just know how grateful I am for you and how much I love you and all your different phases. Next, my lunch table girls. Thank you for giving me something to look forward to every day, from Sophie's heated debate on if the moon landing was fake to Lola's bird calls. I don't know what I'm going to do next year without our 305 parking lot debriefs, and I love you guys so much. To the OG dance girls, thank you for making every show memorable. From our SNSs to our post-show meals, I love you all. To my favorite boys since elementary, Luke, Leo, and of course Michael, my first grade crush and sixth grade dance partner. You guys are the best. Lastly, the best escort and greatest running back of all time, Marion. Kill it tonight, and thank you for being alongside me right now. Now for the teachers. Mama Higgs, I couldn't imagine these past 8 years without your made-up noises as counts and your isolation warm-ups. Mr. G for always pushing me to be the best ballerina I can be. To Ms. Gay for making AP World surprisingly enjoyable and amazing me with the amount of information you can just pull from your brain. Ms. Spell for always pouring so much into her students and for sparking my love for business. Next, to Mr. Beck for never failing to make me laugh with your dad jokes. P.S. If I end up at FSU, I will make sure that the XYZ gang is still a thing. Ms. Cans for being the only reason why I made it to first period last year, Ms. Stack for the daily strolls, and Ms. P for loving me like your own, even though I'm still mad I got a 50 on my egg drop project in 8th grade. To someone who represents the spirit of kings, Miss Bunny, thank you for being the absolute best advisor and for always greeting me with a giant hug. On to my favorite memory, the Spain trip 2023. Shout out to the Silvas, or my favorite couple, for putting together the best trip, and for the Paranoia crew for giving me some of the best moments of high school. Now before I go, just one piece of advice. Don't be afraid to show some school spirit. Go all out for homecoming, dress up. And please, keep the football game student section alive because Maddie Day, Ransom, Nolan, and I won't be here next year to start the chants. But seriously, have fun and actually show some school spirit. I promise it's not weird to do it. One last thing before I go. I just have to say that the class of 2024 got gypped because we totally should have won the lip sync battle in 7th grade with our country hoedown throwdown and powder puff last year. But it's okay because, as Abby Lee Miller always says, the best kind of revenge is victory. Anyways, thanks to everyone who has been with me over these past 14 years, and thank you, God, because I wouldn't have been able to do any of this without him and his guidance. As always, go Lions and vote Bella.
What's up, everybody? My name is Marion Victor. First and foremost, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for all He has done in my life. And I would like to thank my peers for voting me onto homecoming court. My favorite thing about Kings is definitely the food. All of it's been prepared very nicely, and all the people who serve the food are some of the kindest people I've ever met in my entire life. My favorite high school memory has been when we won the 2022 district championship against Inlet Grove. For shout-outs, I want to thank my mom for always being there when I needed her. I want to thank my dad for all he's provided me with throughout my life. I want to thank my siblings for teaching me patience and how I don't want too many kids when I'm older. I would like to thank my amazing escort, Bella Ways. Thank you for being one of my first friends here at TKA and always treating me like family. I would also like to thank my other TKA day ones, Leo, Caden, EJ, Tay-Tay, Jermaine, Josh, Ethan, Javian, Emmanuel, Luke. All of y'all boys really made my sophomore and junior years. I would also like to give a very special thank you to Coach B. Even though I've only been playing for you for the better part of 2 years, it feels like I've known you my entire life. Thank you for all that you've done. And speaking of football, shout out to all my boys, Fuss, Cueto, QB1 Joe, Matt, and the best O-line in TK history. And shout out to all of my coaches of all sports that I've played, especially Coach Wilt, Coach Evans, Coach Smith, Coach Smitty, Coach Joe, Coach Roblox, and last but not least, thank you, Coach Lamont. All of the coaches here are second to none, and not only the way that they coach, but also the way that they have impact on their athletes. Thank you, TK, for everything. Be there Friday. Go Lions.
I present to you again Miss Isabella Claire Ways and Mr. Marion Alexander Victor. The 14th member of the 2023-2024 homecoming court being presented this morning is Mr. Hank Hahn. Hank is the son of Jiwei Han and Yang Jing of Harbin, China. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 4 years. Hank is escorted this morning by Miss Lucille Elizabeth Daly. Lucy is the daughter of James and Rosemary Daly of Jupiter. Hank has played on the varsity football team for 2 years and is on the varsity wrestling team. He has been on the varsity mock trial team for 2 years and a member of Key Club for a year. Hank has also been a member of the National Art Honor Society and Florida Law Honor Society.
Howdy, fellow TK classmates of Assembly. For a few of you guys who don't know me, I'm Hank Hahn, a student at TK for 4 years. I play football, wrestling, an excellent artisan thinker, a champion of life, liberty, and lunch, and most importantly, a pretty holly jolly man. I also introduce you guys to my dear friend and escort, Lucy Daly. Everyone say hi to her. Hi. Anyway, as a 4-year TK veteran, I have a lot to say about my experience at Kings and life in general. My favorite thing about TK is the variety of high-quality sport programs you can participate in, especially weight training. Hooray! My favorite high school memory is the time I spent with my friends and wrestling Tay-Tay. Yes, that's you, Tay-Tay. And after graduating, I hope I'll have a great college experience and become rich and famous. Some life lesson I'll give to all the young guys, and especially international students, are don't openly break in the school rules, don't mess with Coach Burick, and try to speak English, please. Now is a shout-out time. Let's go. I'll thank you all for voting me to the homecoming court. I'll thank Coach Wilshire, Coach East, Coach DeCoste, and, Coach Smith and Coach Winters for their relentless effort in coaching me and making me a better person. And I'll thank Coach Evans and Coach Lee for taking care of me when I was a stupid 8th grader. I'm still pretty stupid, but anyway, and made me a man from it. Thank you, Coach Porsche and Coach Burick, for their relentless effort and patience around me and gave me a chance I hardly ever deserved. Now, shout out to my amazing friend and lunch table, Helena, Maddie, Marlow, and Natalie for always giving me joy in my pretty normal life. And shout out for Tate and Jefferson, Hogman, whatever. For always pushing me to my absolute limit. I'm a dear friend, Lucy Daly, for looking after me, and taking care of me, honestly, out of the kindness of her heart. Such a doll, Anyway, lastly, I would like to shout out to my parents. Although I have a rough family life when I grow up, I'm still grateful for you guys providing me and giving me an opportunity to come to America looking for freedom. All I do for you, to make you proud. This is my speech. Thank you all for listening, and see you guys tomorrow. Mwah!
I present to you again, Mr. Hank Hahn. The 15th member of the homecoming court is Mr. Jonathan Patrick Jones. Jonathan is the son of Jonathan and Sandra Jones of West Palm Beach. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 10 years. Jonathan is escorted this morning by Ms. Bruna Langler. Bruna is the daughter of Ruben and Roberta Langler of Brazil. Johnny was on the cross-country team and track team his junior year. He has been a member of the National Honor Society, where he has served as president, National English Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, where he currently serves as vice president, Science National Honor Society, Math National Honor Society, Florida Law Honor Society, where he served as treasurer, Collegiate Society, where he served as president. He was a member of the varsity mock trial team, where he served as team lead, moot court team, Diversity Student Union, Future Business Leaders of America, where he served as vice president and president, Key Club, where he served as a class director and president, and the King's Investment Group, where he serves as director. He has served as ambassador to the O'Keefe Pre-Law Study Program the past 3 years. Johnny has also served as a TKA ambassador for 5 years and as a global ambassador chair for 2 years. He served on student council as president for 2 years and served as assistant manager of King's Corner. He was the recipient of the O'Keefe Pre-Law Scholarship the past 4 years and recognized as Outstanding Citizen of the Year in 2021 and 2023.
Hi everyone, my name is Jonathan Jones, or many of you may know me as Johnny or Johnny J. First off, I want to say thank you to Bruna for being my escort tonight. You really have been a great friend for many years of my life, and I'm honored to have you here on stage with me. You look great tonight. You may have seen my face plastered around school for the last few years with crazy slogans like, I win, you win, or Johnny loves the students and we can do it. But if there's something going on at King's, there's a good chance that I'm probably involved in it. But being involved has kept me busy and given me the chance to know many of you. And that's the first thing I want to say to freshmen, and even to the rest of high schoolers. Get involved. You can change people's lives, whether that be through KSO or the Guatemala missions trip, or just serving around campus. Just do it. My favorite thing about TKA is that the school offers you the opportunity to get to know everyone, and it's easy to do. Just join something. Of course, my favorite TK memory has to be the Spain trip. And to everyone who made that trip an experience I'll remember for the rest of my life, especially Chirac, thank you. Now, being on homecoming court means a lot to me, and it's an honor that I don't take for granted. For me, it really shows that I've been able to have an impact on my classmates and my school community. And for me, that's humbling. Of course, I'm looking forward to graduating, but I'm really going to miss all of the special relationships I've made at King's. Honestly, I have no idea what college is going to be like, but I'm excited. Well, thank you everyone for putting me on homecoming court, and thank you for making my high school experience something I'll remember fondly. Now for shout-outs. To my parents who have supported me through the many challenges of life, I couldn't have made it without you both. To Mr. Martin, our school president, thank you for the guidance and wisdom you have given me. To First Lady Martin, thank you for trusting me, and perhaps even a little too much. Thank you for always having your door open to hear my next crazy idea. Of course, thank you to Ms. Spell for allowing me to be a leading part of the business program, and to Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Pappas for making the law program a special place for me to learn. Shout out to the varsity mock trial team. Hopefully we'll survive Empire. To Mr. Beck, thank you for teaching me a doxology. Also to Tyler Wilkinson, who I only refer to as my business associate. God bless it, TKSO. Mr. Huther for always giving me the belly bongo. And last but not least, to all the teachers and friends I've gotten to know so well, but don't have the time to mention. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of homecoming week, and don't forget to donate for the Guatemala trip. It changes lives.
I present to you again Mr. Jonathan Patrick Jones. The 16th and final member of the 2023-2024 homecoming court being presented this morning is Mr. Michael Robert Mahalko. Michael is the son of Andrew and Gina Mahalko of West Palm Beach. He is 17 years of age and has attended the King's Academy for 15 years. Michael is escorted this morning by Miss Julia Jean Greenland. Julia is the daughter of Jeff and Dina Greenland of Wellington. Michael has been an active member of the Smith Family Conservatory of the Arts, performing on the stage in 17 of TKA's productions, including Les Miserables, Little Mermaid, and Singin' in the Rain, to just name a few. He played on the varsity soccer team for a year and was a part of both Key Club and the Fishing Club. Michael has been a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish National Honor Society, and the Tri-M Music National Honor Society.
What's up, everyone? I'm Michael Mahalko. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you to the class of 2024, the best senior class in the history of Kings, for voting me onto the homecoming court. It means a lot. Thank you to Julia here for being my escort, and most importantly, I'd like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, for everything he's done in my life. I'd have to say my favorite thing about TKA is all of the opportunities and things we can do here. Try everything and anything. You never know what you might like. Kings seriously is the best school in the world, so don't take it for granted. But the thing I look forward to the most about graduating is not having to wake up so early. I live across the street from Kings and still find myself being late to first period somehow. All right, underclassmen, here's my few pieces of advice for you. Enjoy your time. I know everyone says it goes by fast, but trust me, it really does. So make sure to enjoy high school, have fun, work hard, make friends, because next thing you know, you're a senior applying to college. And get to know everyone, because you'll make a lot of friendships here that you'll never forget. By the way, walking up the wrong side of the stairs is really cool and will make everyone walking down the stairs super happy. And please don't tell Mrs. Loveland I said this, but the theater bathrooms are the best bathrooms on campus. I've been at King's for so long and have made so many memories here, so it's really hard to just pick one favorite. But a few of them are being a part of the shows, the soccer team winning districts freshman year, Mr. Huther's Bible class, and 6th period marine biology last year with Coach Rev. Now it's time for some shout outs. Thank you to my family, Mom, Dad, Matthew. I love you guys so much. Thanks for everything. Shout out to the Steppas, James, Jacob, Connor, Guinea, Tyler, Castro, Cal. You guys made high school the best time of my life. Shout out Leo, Luke, Ransom, Justin, Ethan, Jeffrey, and my favorite underclassmen, Jose, Oscar, Noah, and Aiden. Shout out to all the OG King students. It's crazy. I've known you all my whole life. You guys are the best. Shout out to my theater people, Maddie, Olivia, Beltran, Drew, Hannah Kate, Alex. You guys make the long hours at rehearsal so fun. And shout out to all the short guys out there. We got this. Shout out to Mrs. Corbett for being the best substitute in the world. Shout out Miss Judy for being the love of my life. And shout out Mrs. P, Mrs. Bass, Coach Lee, Mrs. Martin, Mr. Schnack, and Mrs. Hoskins. These teachers are the GOATs. They really made my years here at King's so special. All right, TK, I love you guys. Thank you for the best 15 years of my life. See ya.
I present to you again Mr. Michael Robert Mahalko. At this time, I would like to congratulate all of the members of the 2023-2024 homecoming court and their escorts. Let's give them all one more big round of applause. And even though she might get mad at me, Marlo said it already in her speech, let's thank Mrs. Kolar and Mr. Kolar for all that they have done for homecoming. Remember that all 9th through 12th grade students will be voting during third period today for the young man and the young lady who will be honored as our 2023-2024 homecoming court king and queen. I'd like to thank everyone for coming, all of the guests, family members for attending this morning. I want to extend the opportunity for you to stay and take a lot of pictures of the homecoming court for all of those guests. And of course, we invite you to come out on Friday night for our homecoming game and the crowning of the king and queen. So teachers, you are dismissed at this time. And then students, you'll be dismissed after the teachers exit. Thank you all for attending. Have a great day, TKA. Students, you may now exit to your third period class where you will be voting for the homecoming king and queen.